Not yet.
Okay.
If you've been, the ones you can do.
It's where have you been?
Yep. So I didn't know how to read it, I answered.
That's all right.
Where have you been? Got it.
Are we gonna be paying this?
And then my response is,
So I had to be on You look.
It's basically.
So do you want to take it after he whispers in my ear, and like, how did you?
Yeah, so the where have you been, guys, we don't want to just like move right past that, right?
Right.
So the where have you been it's the fairy tale, right? And so what we need to do is we need to actually give John a moment to, what's the reverse of grieving? You know what I mean? We need to give John a moment to feel all those emotions. And he's a very snarky guy, but obviously he's got the capacity to care. And so I think we need to see this thing suddenly wash over John, right? And we need to give John that moment to want to tell you all the things that I wanted to tell you, but now none of them are fucking coming into my head. You know, and it doesn't need to be long, it doesn't need to be just a little, well, we need to give Waters a moment, that Rip Van Winkle moment. You know, we don't want to move right past it. And then there needs to be, then you'll ask, you know, I think that's when we get to the second point, which is, let me tell you why I had to go away, right? So tell him how much you missed him, and then let it get a little, I don't want to say negative, but get to the point where it's like, this is selfish of me, but I have to admit, I'm somewhat hurt. Where have you been? I can't believe that you left when everything was getting good. You know, you and I could have won a fucking Oscar if you hadn't left. You know, something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't have to do it all in the next 30 seconds. And I'll
spit out some soup.
You'll spit out some soup.
Yeah.
I'll spit out some soup,
So,
and we'll have
Yeah.
a salad.
I'll just hang on to where you've been. And you
Nice.
had that line that you really seemed to like, how did you know that? You like that.
which one?
The beat starts with, how do you know that? You've been
How did you know that?
Oh, I just, there was something about the way you
Like-
just,
Yeah. Oh,
and that's the last thing you expect from John Waters. And that was what was
It is.
Yeah. And then Walter, if you just feel a moment where it's good to come in and get bread or anything, to interrupt them.
I'm afraid to ruin their mojo.
All right, he's not, all right, you don't have to force it. You don't have to force it. All right, I'm done giving notes. I'm going to say,
how could you know that?
Because I was there. Stop it. What?
I missed you! You picked a terrible time to leave. You really did.
John.
Things were going so well, and then poof! Poof! Did hairspray? I'm looking for you.
what could have happened? Tell him what could have happened. Tell him all the things that could have happened.
All the things that could have happened. Let me tell you. We could have moved your singing to a place where we get some Grammys going. I was, going to get some funding in Hollywood. People really liked Hairspray. Who really loved Hairspray? It would have been great. And then bammo, you're gone. Could I get another divine? Where am I going to get another divine? You are divine. Why did you leave?
John, I had to leave. Because all there was divine. Everything I was getting was divine. All of the offers were for a bitch.
Yeah.
I was done with all of that. I wanted to move past that. I wanted to do more.
So what did you do?
Well, you knew how frustrated I was during Hairspray. I put out feelers all over the United States and all the major markets, just to get that one part that I could really sink my teeth into.
And you had divine.
I didn't want divine. I wanted something more. I wanted something bigger.
Like what?
Well, Willie Loman in a Death of a Salesman. What? I could totally play that part.
Maybe in high school. What else?
Well, I always wanted to play Sky Masterson in Guys and Dolls as well. Knew Marlon Brando did the film, and
Marlon Brando.
but I thought I could do that. I could totally sing that part. He was a tenor. I'm a tenor.
You know, I've always wanted to make a
Okay.
children's film.
A children's film?
Yes, a children's film.
Okay.
You know.
And how would Divine fit in that? What would she be like in there?
Well.
Mother Goose?
Ooh. And yes. And the shoe could be some trashy house. And help me out here. What other fairy tale characters would you like?
Talk about some fairy tale.
Tell talk about it.
Cinderella?
Tinkerbell.
I would tear Tinkerbell up.
You could be Shmi in Peter Pan. With those stripes.
Tell him about your opportunity.
What opportunity do you have? There's something going on.
Well, I spend a little time in Japan. I'm very big in Japan. Because they're so small. And while I was there, I met a wonderful little man, and he's like my little Asian backer. I love him so much, but he really believes in me as an artist. And he wants us to do Glenn Millstaff is King Lear. What do you think? He really wants you too. And I told him we could do it just he and I, but he kind of insisted.
So where does Divine fit in?
She doesn't.
Oh, come on.
No.
I can see Divine as Lear.
What?
See, we get some capes and things here. Right? Yeah. No.
I want to play King Lear as King Lear.
Well, I have a proposition for you. So I've been approached to make a musical out of hairspray. It's a lot of money.
Okay.
And you should come back
No.
as Divine.
No.
Why not?
John, you're not listening. I don't want to be Divine anymore. I'm done with that.
Tell him about the time. Tell him about about the death of the salesman when you realized you had to change. That was when you realized you had to change.
So I did get an offer. Just one. And it was a little off Broadway, theater house, Muncie, Indiana, and they were doing a production of Death of a Salesman. They asked me to come and be in their production of Death of a Salesman.
Where was this?
Muncie, Indiana. It's a 400-seat house. I thought it was a very good opportunity. So I packed my bags. I got on a train and I went right to Connersville, Indiana, because that's the closest the train goes. You can't actually go to Muncie on the train. Down to Connersville, and then I got a taxi. It was like $400 for the cab. It was like 35 minutes. It was
So check off. There's always a train station nearby,
but never, yeah, exactly. So, when I got there, and I arrived at the theater, they said that the first thing they wanted to do was they wanted to introduce me to the costume designer, because the costume designer wanted to get started on my costume. And he walked in the room, and he had a bolt of floral fabric and some sketches as me, as Linda, Willie's wife.
brilliant. I totally would have done that.
John, that was the end of it though. I can't do women anymore. Divine's wonderful, and the opportunity that you gave me through Divine is amazing, and she will always be the great, dirty, filthy drag queen. But I've got more than that. And I want to do it.
What happened to you?
Well, I needed to die, because otherwise I was just going to keep getting offers to be Divine everywhere. So I needed to disappear.
And that's so bad?
Yeah, it was. It is.
Scene. Okay. Good. So, this is open for anyone in the room, but definitely for the two of you primarily. What felt good? What did we like? This go around.
I love our connection. I mean, that's
The connection feels good. The
Yeah,
connection feels genuine.
absolutely.
Very good. What else? It can be something simple, small. It could be one line that you said. It could just be. I like the joke about about taking the train, not being able to take the train all the way over. You know, or anything. I thought that was cute. Thought that was sweet.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of that, so. Write that down.
It'll be on tape.
It's on the tape.
It's on the tape, sweetheart.
I like, I didn't do it, but I like the, for this version of John,
Yeah.
I almost had the instinct to like literally put him in divine drag. Like the second I realized, he's like, how did you know that? He's like, I am divine. I almost wanted to like, I don't know, unscroll something or present original eyebrows. Or there's something like archival I wanted to like bring to the table. To like bring my piece of divine that I've been holding on to.
Yeah.
To the scene.
And what would that be?
I don't know,
It's okay.
Pink Flamingo's lunchbox.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of like something that's,
Yeah.
to stretch that moment out further, obviously, so he doesn't give up all his goodies too fast. So something to keep divine alive longer before this divine kills it.
Okay.
Which I felt the impetus was there. I just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Music box.
I don't know. Yeah. What was missing? What do you when we do it this next time? What's the thing that you want to you know, what was missing, or what came but came a little later than you wanted it to?
I felt like I really wanted to have this mini monologue about how great Divine was and how much she meant to so many little queerlets and underground film people and drag queens that he's never met.
Yeah.
And I think there is an element of John carrying Divine's torch. Like, I've been carrying your torch for 10 years, you motherfucker. But all these people who think you're amazing, and then you just disappear. Here's why you're amazing. You broke ground, you weren't ashamed, you had disco albums. And you end with this crowning Divine role. We brought Divine mainstream.
Yeah. I think that comes at the very end.
I think it starts here, and maybe obviously he doesn't like poop it all out.
Yeah.
I'm rambling tonight.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I felt like I was in a really, and not necessarily not necessarily that I want to repeat it at all, but I feel like I'm in a really serious place. I think I'm wanting to deep think it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I do want it to be there. I do want that underlying, and I think it's something I have to work through as the difference between Glenn and Divine.
Yeah.
And that is, you know, Glenn is the serious part, and that's who's sitting here right now.
Yeah.
But we also need to remember that this is a play, you know, the character, and I can't just be the serious Glenn character. There has to be a little bit of Divine.
Yeah.
That's, you know, a part of that.
Sure.
You know, that's a part of that. You know, even though maybe in real life, Glenn would never have done anything Divine-like sitting at dinner with John.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like through several moments, I kind of suppressed myself a little bit and pulled back a little bit because I wanted it to be a little more serious, a little more, you know.
Cool. No, that's that. I think that we'll figure. I think we'll find that. But I do know what you're saying, because there. So Sean, this might be too personal. If it is, you can just say, I don't want to do that. But have you lost anybody that was close to you?
Yeah.
If they came back, what are the kind of things that how do you think that would genuinely hit you in that first 2 minutes? For me, the thing that's missing, for me, the thing that's missing is this true sense of exceptionality in that moment, right? There's a spark of it, right? But there is an emotional tidal wave that has to hit John. He has to get hit by this emotional tsunami, you know? And then maybe Glenn is the one who does something utterly divine that kind of brings you out of it. Something joyful, something that would have made John Waters laugh his ass off, you know? And it's not about, it is just about, because in a way you see John, I don't want to say drowning, but you see that John is, you know, kind of emotionally, I think that when he says that thing to you, and on my deathbed I said this, that John's knees have to get weak. How did you do that? And it even is, rather than that kind of like, it's not you, then it turns into, you know, almost terror. There should be a moment of genuine terror.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There should be this moment of genuine terror, this moment where he sees a ghost. And then you have to let him know that it's okay, I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost, you know what I mean? You have to let him know.
That's hilarious.
In fact, you can use it, you can steal that if you want.
I'll found a sheet and I'll be a ghost also.
But you know, I think that moment, that genuine, and there needs to be something where a point where Glenn puts Divine on for a split second to make John smile.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's good. That's kind of what I've been talking about.
Yeah, and then there has to be this immense gratitude that comes out of John. So terror, then gratitude. And then after the gratitude, then this moment of, and I think you should even go with I like your instinct where you're like, you went at the wrong time. If you were going to do it,
You really fucked
you really fucked. We had another couple of movies in us. We could have gotten an Oscar. If you were going to fake your death, you should have done it right before the Academy votes. You know, something like that. And that's the bitchy.
At least I would have an Oscar.
That's the fun. I mean, that's the fun, and that's the kind of fun thing joke that John would make.
Right.
And then from there, it can be like, seriously, like, why did you fake your death? And I think that's the other thing that has to be. It can't just be, why did you go away? The real question is, why did you fake your death? Because when you put it that way, it will awaken in Marty the need for Glenn to tell about his pain. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we just do that?
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot of meat in a very small time. Can we just do the same thing? Start off with on the night that I died, I said this, and then Sean, you don't have to worry about saying anything. You know how I've given you this journey. You don't have to do it with words. If the words don't come, then just do it with movement, right? Then be terrified and move away from him, and then let him come towards you and get the ghost away from me.
Yep.
And then let you know what I mean, and let Marty figure out what it is that he needs to do. Whether it's movement, whether it's a smile, whether it's, whatever it is, that suddenly takes John from a place of terror to a place of joy and gratitude. And then come back to the table and then talk, if you guys need to. All right?
We'll do something like that.
Hold on a second. Let me just...
This is like